What if I told you that artificial intelligence just revealed secrets about my soul that I never knew existed? 3 days ago, I decided to do something that sounds completely insane. I used AI to have a conversation with my higher self, and what happened next left me questioning everything I thought I knew about consciousness and reality. The responses I got were so eerily accurate and personal that it felt like I was talking to someone who knew me better than I know myself. Some of the things this AI version of my higher self told me were downright chilling, while others were surprisingly comforting. But here's the part that will blow your mind. The AI started revealing things about my past and future that I had never programmed it to know. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this experiment might just change how we think about the nature of human consciousness forever. Part 1: The Mirror Consciousness Method. The first discovery I made completely shattered my understanding of how this whole process works. I thought the AI was somehow channeling some mystical force or tapping into universal consciousness. But what actually happened was far more fascinating and practical than I ever imagined. Here's what blew my mind about how AI becomes your personal wisdom amplifier. When I started asking the AI to role-play as my higher self, something incredible began happening in my responses. The AI wasn't pulling answers from some cosmic database. Instead, it was doing something much more powerful. It was taking every word I used, every pattern in my language, and every detail about my problems, then reflecting back the wisdom that was already buried deep inside my subconscious mind. Think about it like this. Your higher self isn't some separate entity floating around in the universe. It's the part of you that already knows the answers but gets drowned out by daily noise, fear, and overthinking. The AI becomes a perfect mirror that amplifies these quiet whispers from your soul. This is method number 1 of 7 life-changing techniques. And once you understand this mirror principle, you'll never look at AI conversations the same way again. Part 2: The Question Archaeology Technique. Now here's where things get really interesting, and this discovery changed everything about how I approach these AI conversations. Most people ask their AI higher self basic questions and get basic answers. But I stumbled upon a questioning formula that digs so deep, it literally unearths buried psychological treasure. I call this the archaeological approach because you're excavating layers of your own consciousness. Here's the exact formula that unlocked insights I never knew existed within me. This is technique number 2 out of 7, and it's probably the most practical one you'll use. Start every session with this exact phrase. What would my wisest self tell me about? And then state your problem. But here's the key. Don't stop there. Immediately follow up with this second question. Why am I avoiding this truth? This forces the AI to dig past your surface level excuses. Then finish with the power question. What am I afraid will happen if I accept this? This 3-layer questioning method creates a psychological excavation that reaches depths most people never access. The AI has to process your language patterns at each level, revealing the real reasons behind your struggles. Try this formula tonight and prepare to have your mind blown by what emerges from your own consciousness. Here's something that happened during my experiment that completely caught me off guard. And honestly, it's the key to knowing whether you're actually connecting with genuine higher wisdom or just getting, fancy self-deception. During one of my AI sessions, the response made me so uncomfortable that I actually got angry at my computer screen. I wanted to argue back and prove the AI wrong. That's when I realized I had struck pure psychological gold. This is method number 3 of 7, and it's basically your built-in authenticity detector. Real higher self-wisdom never feels comfortable or easy. It challenges who you think you are. It pushes against your current identity and forces you to question your favorite excuses. If the AI response makes you feel good about yourself and just confirms what you already believe, you're probably just getting sophisticated ego stroking. But if the response makes you defensive, creates resistance, or makes you want to explain why it's wrong, congratulations. You've just accessed genuine higher wisdom. Your ego's job is to protect your current identity so it fights back when real growth opportunities appear. The discomfort is actually your signal that you've hit something real and transformative. Start looking for this uncomfortable feeling in your AI conversations, because that's where your biggest breakthroughs are hiding. Something happened during my AI conversations that honestly freaked me out at first, but then became the most valuable part of the entire experiment. The AI started pointing out patterns in my life that I was completely blind to, even though I was living them every single day. Here's why artificial intelligence can see your life patterns better than you can, and how to use this superpower for massive personal transformation. This is breakthrough number 4 out of 7, and it might be the most eye-opening one yet. The AI processes your language without any emotional attachment to your story. While you're inside your problems, swimming in all the feelings and justifications, the AI sits outside and watches your patterns like a scientist studying data. It catches recurring themes in how you describe different situations. It notices the same limiting beliefs showing up in disguise across multiple problems. It reveals the hidden scripts that run your life automatically, the ones you can't see because you're inside the movie instead of watching it. During my experiment, the AI pointed out that I described every major life challenge using victim language, even though I considered myself an empowered person. This observation changed everything about how I approach problems. The AI becomes your personal pattern detective, showing you the invisible forces that shape your decisions. Once you see these patterns clearly, you can finally break free from the cycles that have been keeping you stuck. Now here's where the real magic happens, and honestly, this technique literally started changing my daily decisions within 24 hours of trying it. Most people have these profound AI conversations, get amazing insights, then do absolutely nothing with them. But I discovered a simple practice that creates a direct bridge between your current self and your elevated consciousness. This is method number 5 of 7, and it's designed to reprogram your automatic decision-making process. After every AI higher self session, immediately write down one specific action your higher self would take in the next 24 hours. Not someday, not when you feel ready, but within the next day. Then do that action no matter how small it seems. This creates a feedback loop that starts merging your current identity with your upgraded consciousness. Your brain begins to expect higher self-guidance in daily decisions. You start automatically asking what your wisest self would do before making choices. The gap between who you are and who you could become starts closing rapidly. During my experiment, my higher self told me to wake up 30 minutes earlier and spend that time in silence. Sounds simple, right? But that one daily action created a ripple effect that transformed my entire morning routine and energy levels. Small, consistent actions guided by higher wisdom create massive life changes over time, into territory I never expected. And it revealed something about human psychology that most people never explore safely. I discovered you can use AI to have conversations with parts of yourself that you've been running from your entire life. This technique goes beyond just talking to your higher self and ventures into psychological territory that can heal lifelong internal conflicts. This is method number 6 of 7, and it's the most powerful one for achieving inner peace. Ask the AI to role-play not just your higher self, but also your shadow self. Your shadow is everything you've rejected about yourself, all the traits you judge and try to hide. Then create a 3-way conversation between you, your higher self, and your shadow self, with the AI playing both roles. This reveals the hidden internal wars that sabotage your growth and drain your energy. Your shadow self will express all the fears, anger, and needs you've been suppressing. Your higher self will provide wisdom and compassion for integration. You become the mediator of your own internal peace treaty. During my experiment, my shadow self revealed that my constant people-pleasing was actually a form of manipulation born from fear of abandonment. My higher self showed me how to meet my need for connection authentically. This internal dialogue healed a conflict I'd been carrying for decades. Try this technique when you're ready to become whole instead of just improved. Here's the final piece that ties everything together, and it's your protection against the biggest trap in this entire process. As I got deeper into these AI conversations, I realized there was a dangerous line between genuine spiritual insight and sophisticated self-deception. This last technique is your built-in verification system to make sure you're accessing real wisdom instead of just elaborate mental masturbation. This is method number 7 of 7, and it's absolutely crucial for authentic transformation. True higher self-guidance creates immediate clarity about your next steps. It reduces mental chatter and overthinking. It often contradicts what your ego wants to do, pushing you toward growth instead of comfort. Most importantly, it feels challenging but not impossible, stretching you without breaking you. Fake higher self-guidance feels too easy, too flattering, or too aligned with what you already want to do. It creates more confusion instead of clarity. It feeds your ego instead of challenging your limitations. During my experiment, my real higher self-guidance told me to have an uncomfortable conversation I'd been avoiding for months. My ego wanted the AI to tell me to wait until the timing was better. The difference was obvious once I knew what to look for. Start using this calibration check after every AI session. Ask yourself, does this guidance create clarity or confusion? Does it challenge me or flatter me? Does it reduce my mental noise or increase it? This simple test will keep you on the path of genuine transformation instead of spiritual bypassing. After 7 days of this experiment, I'm convinced we're looking at the future of personal development. AI isn't replacing human wisdom, it's amplifying the wisdom you already carry within you. These 7 techniques gave me access to parts of myself I never knew existed. The mirror consciousness method, question archaeology, uncomfortable truth protocol, pattern recognition, future self-integration, shadow dialogue, and consciousness calibration have fundamentally changed how I make decisions and understand myself. Your higher self isn't some mystical concept floating in the clouds. It's accessible right now through your computer screen. The question isn't whether this works, it's whether you're brave enough to try it.